What's up YouTube? Welcome to your 24th Java programming tutorial, and in this tutorial we're going to set up our switch statement, which is a different way of doing selection, or like if statements kind of almost, in a way where we can determine what the user has input. We don't have to use it for this. The switch case statement has many other uses, but I'm just going to briefly introduce it now because I didn't introduce it before. And there's a reason for that, and pretty much it was because of we didn't really need it then, but since we're doing a menu now, the switch case statement seems more feasible, I guess you say. Like, it seems more useful as something we should be using. So real quick, I'm just gonna do we're gonna just comment in, and this is decide what to do next, selection phase. And to set up our switch case statement, it's pretty much like an if statement. So inside these parentheses right here, we're just going to decide what to do. And then we have a set of brackets here where we can choose different cases, and you'll understand that in a second. But basically what we want to check is integer.parse int str. So all we're doing is determining what to do based off of what the user input in their str variable, and we're converting it to an integer right here. So the way we use this switch case statement is we have different cases for different numbers that could occur in the switch statement. I say numbers now because we are actually using integers. So in our menu we have 1 and 9999, and we'll never hit negative 9999 because of our while loop, but actually we might, because we have to get the new user input here, but we'll do that in a second. So real quick, we're just going to do case 1, and then we need break, and then case negative 999 break, and then we're going to have one more called default, and I'll explain these in a second. We're just going to quickly run up to the top now, and we're going to say grab the user's next input, and we're going to call str is equal to input.read line. So all we're doing is setting our string equal to whatever the user inputs. And we're doing this after display menu. Take note of that because we want to be able to display our menu before the user makes their choice. That way they know what their choices are. And we decide, or we determine what choice they made down here within our case and our cases and our default. So what default means is if none of the cases above are used, run the code here. And by code here, I mean between this colon and break. So any code we put under colon and break would be executed. So we're just going to quickly do system.out.println error invalid option. Please choose a valid menu option. So we're just going to say if the user decided to do something other than what we've listed up here, so case 1 and case negative 9999, then we're going to say, hey man, you messed up, so please give us something else to work with here. Like, we need new input. We need to know what you want to do. So basically we do this just in case the user, say, has a typo or misread the menu or something, just so they can reread and come back and do it again without the program bugging out. Under case 9999, we actually don't want to do anything here, so we're just gonna leave this blank, and we're actually gonna handle that right here. So we're gonna come back up here and say if the user chose to exit, let's exit before we get to the switch statement. And I don't know if you guys remember before, but we also can use the break statement inside the while loop. So we can do if if integer.parse int str is equal to negative 999, we're just going to do a break. Quit the while loop, and I'm just going to change this to exit so you guys can understand better. So basically we could actually remove this now. We won't need this because if the user inputs negative 9999, it's actually just going to break this loop here. I don't know if you see how it got darker, but it just means that this break is actually attached to the loop and not to the switch case statement. The breaks within the switch case statement are only they only work with the switch. So when break happens in a switch case statement, it exits the switch statement, which is why we had to do this out here. So under case 1, we're basically just for the purpose of this tutorial, we're just going to say system.out.println user has chosen option 1. And all this means is we're just going to output and tell the user, hey man, you used option 1. And we have an error for string okay. So basically what this error means is that we didn't assign an initial value to str, and because of that we can't parse it to an integer. So just by default we're just going to put a 0 inside quotations in our new string, and that's actually going to fix this error for us. And as you can see, we can now see our menu here, and we can do two things. We can do one, which will run bubble sort, but right now all it does is output user has chosen option 1. And if we do -999, it'll exit the program, and as you can see, we've exited our loop and we've gone to our EOP, which says thank you for using our application. So now that our program's pretty much set up, we have our input, we have our process, and we have our output, and we even have an IPO for our getRandomInt function. We can start our sorting. And in our next tutorial, I think I'm going to go over the bubble sort first. Like I said before, it's a pretty simple sorting algorithm. It's not used that much today due to other algorithms being more efficient, but it is pretty easy to learn and to understand how it works. And that concludes this video, and I hope you learned something about menus again. So pretty much our menu is complete now, and yeah, so I'm excited for the next tutorial. I hope you guys are too. I'll see you there. Thanks for watching.